All right, today's project is Landoll tool. We got a bearing out and we got to get it fixed. And we will get started on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Rouse the Oliver Man. This is later in the day, and I was gonna make this part of that other video, but much sadness has befallen me. So we're going to go back in time and I'll let you watch the footage that I recorded to get up to this point, and then I will come back to now. Now we must work on this, which I see has taken a knee, as I'm sure that the hydraulic cylinders are not the greatest and bypassing inside themselves, which you can tell by the pile of trash on there. That's the way it was when I bought it. Never have done a whole lot to this thing other than it was missing some shanks. I put some more of those on. I put all new sweeps on it, and I've had to replace the bearings on one of these. Actually, that may be false. I had to replace the bearings and holders on one of these because one of them was still the old style, which they didn't make anymore. So I updated it, and then I think I put bearings in the other side, which already had the new style. It's just basically what they did is, instead of it being a one-piece thing, it's 3 pieces. There's 2 hangers and then the part that the bearing's in and what have you. And then the other thing I did to it, I guess I did do a lot of work to it. I put 2 new tires on the inside. I got 2 new tires now for the outside to do. I put 1 section of harrow on, which was totally missing, not there, and then a bunch of teeth. I think I might have put nearly all the teeth in it, maybe not. You can see here or there some that I put in. And what else did we do? I might have even done that on camera. I don't remember. Did I? I know this 1 section of harrow was missing. These 2 are bent. I straightened them and had all that. And then last year I had to go and I hooked the corner of this, just the tip of that, and bent this new one. So I had to straighten it back as good as I could again. But that really aggravated me. Why could it not been one of the other garbage ones, you know? But that's not the way she goes. So it's coming along. For no more than I got in it, it definitely has earned its keep. Like I said, I got new tires sitting in the trailer. I guess we'll run them till they blow, you know? Why would we do preventative maintenance? But this is the task at hand, and I am thinking wrong. Okay, shoot. I looked at the parts book and I thought that it showed that this had like the flange style, but this one doesn't. So maybe it's the same bearings as my disc. Oh, look at this sticker. Monsanto approved the Landoll Tillol to surface blend lasso. How about that? I don't know what we're getting into here, friends. I know that we're gonna be raising her up again. Where's the other tail? Yeah, that's never coming out of there. Don't kid yourself. I even washed this with the pressure washer and it's still covered with crap. Probably hasn't been off of here in ever, you know. I know I've never had it off. Come on. Play ball. Are you not going to? We might have to raise it up again because it's getting kind of unhandy with it being at this angle in on the ground. Shoot. Well, give me a second. Oh, man. Sheesh. I should have brought more tools, which I did not. All right, let's see, come on. Get out of there. Get out of there. Sure. Of course it would stop. Why would we keep going with progress? That's tore now, so that won't go. Oh, Knutson. I have a smaller one of these, but it's right over here in the truck. Dang it. You would think that it would just go. Come on out of there. Come on out of there. Alright. Did I miss the other half or did it not go? It didn't go. Okay, sure. Sure. That's what was happening. It was wedging in between there. Now, I brought all kinds of sizes. Probably didn't get the right one. 2 1/8. No. 2 3/16. What an odd size to have. 2 3/16. Sure. Will my little 1/2 inch impact do the task? I doubt it. No dice, friends, no dice. I'm not surprised. I mean, why would it? It's been on there so long. It has probably become one. One with the unit. Huh, there's actually another hole for cotter pin there if you couldn't get your stuff together. Okay. Well, I guess I will go get a giant breaker bar and what have you, and a piece of pipe. And then what? Lower it back to the ground to use the ground to help hold me, because I'm pretty sure it's a round shaft. And if you don't know anything about that, a round shaft, you ain't gonna clamp nothing to nothing. I mean, if I clamp a pipe wrench on a spool, so what? It's still gonna slip inside. So maybe not right now because of all the stuff, the friction and what have you, but yeah, it's not just what it seems. I mean, it don't even try. It's not even like, it might have moved a fraction. A fraction. But that's it. I mean, all right, we're gonna try the Chinesium breaker bar I made. That was my first Chinesium 3/4 drive ratchet. It's self-destructed in the head, so I made it solid and turned it on 45 degrees so you could have a little bit different grasp with the handle orientation than some of the other stuff. So sometimes it works good. Is that end got stuff in it? Yes, it does. Let's try the end that doesn't have stuff in it. Yep, we're gonna spin. That's what I figured. All is not lost. Fear not. We'll get the giant pipe wrench and we'll clamp it in there somehow. All right, we got that wedged in there. We're gonna use the obesity press to try to get this to break loose. I will probably break loose, but we're gonna see what happens. Come on. Nothing is happening. Did it finally give? It might have. Did it give? I don't think so. We'll try some more. It's gotta go though. We gotta get this done. Okay, I just found something. These are not made like a disc. This side has another nut. So, I suppose I'll clamp the wrench on that side, let it hit the frame, and then we'll see what happens. But with that long a span, there's a good chance that I'll twist it off somewhere in the middle if it's that stuck. I don't know. I don't like this at all. But it didn't even try. Not even a little. This is exactly why I hate round shaft stuff, because you got no options here except clamping on there. So let me move the wrench over there and we'll see what happens. Okay, so after much struggling and trying and whatever, I managed to break this. So that was nice. I bragged on it. Today was its last day on Earth. So that's all she wrote there. Switch to the ratchet. Can't budge it. Long pipe, nothing. No movement at all. So what to do, right? Heat it. Sure. Except there's one problem. We were totally out of welding gas the other day when we messed with that other thing. I don't remember what it was at this point. The disc bearing, maybe? But at any rate, yeah, it was when I bent all that stuff on the frame. You never saw any of that. But so I had to hurry up and go. I haven't had any time, people, to do like running and go getting things. So I had to drop what I was doing and go get more welding gas. And I got stuff for this cart and for the truck. I typically try to save the truck gas for, you know, emergency like things, because it's mobile more than this. So the only thing we can do now is just heat the tar out of this and hope that that will loosen up whatever type of sadness is going on. Right there. In the interest of camera safety, we're going to put you back there, out of the way. There's a hydraulic plug for a 2020 John Deere, so that must have fallen off of the tractor. All right. Should probably switch to the heating tip, but this is what's on here, so we're gonna roll with it. Let's see if by some miracle that's enough. I'm sure it's not. Why would it be? See, the thinking was that the heat would expand the nut, not the shaft. Nothing. Nothing. Now the socket's probably burning hot. But for fun, let's try it on the impact. Still nothing. Pretty soon it's going to become a liquid, because I'm not going to have patience for it very much more. Should probably quench it, but I don't have any water with me, so that's fine. We'll just hope for the best. It is stuck, friends. It is stuck.
6.5 hours later.
Yes! Yes! There we go. Yeah. Look at that rust come flying off of there. Now remember, dummy, it's hot. Don't touch it. No matter how tempting it is, throw it over there. Don't touch it. Don't touch any of this either. That's burning hot. Get off of there, burning hot blade. Sure. Now, oh, Knutson, we are going to struggle still. Look at that piece. There ain't no way that's coming loose. Jeez. All right, well, I don't know when you shut off, but you definitely shut off. But we got all that somehow by some miracle, just barely. Now I need to get the scraper out of the way so I can take this blade off. So that's what I'm gonna try to do right now. Is it gonna work? Probably not, because why would it? Come on out of there, Mama. All right. Well, there's one. We have to loosen the other one, I would assume. That should be loose enough to come off of there. Somewhere I don't know what I did with my orange hammer. And that would be an awfully handy thing to have right about now. But since I don't, let's try this. I have no idea how that's made. It's got like a spring that holds it up against there. Spring-loaded scrapers. Ay, caramba! Man, I'm struggling. Come on. We might as well lose that nut. I mean, that would be par for the course. What is happening here? There, we lost it. Good. As long as we lose it, then we know it's gonna work. Sure. Let's struggle and struggle. And struggle some more. Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm sure there's a trick to this that I'm overlooking that would make this go just so easy. It'll go in one way, but get off of there. Son of a Knutson. Am I defeating my purpose? I think I am. Oh, I am just about over this. It's making me work for it. I guess if a guy could get that bolt out, it would just fall apart, but there, heavy. Oh, I didn't have it enough, I guess. Well, that's done. That blade is junk. All right, we're finally to the thing. But I see another problem that life has befallen me. Here I was assuming that I would just take it loose from this side. And guess what, friends? The bolts are on the back side. So we get to struggle some more. I bet, you want to bet? Because I bet that it ain't gonna go, you know? See, I'm gonna cut my hand open doing this. Not to mention, there's so much dirt and things. So, we could take it all apart, but guess what they did? They made it all one piece. The bracket that holds the scrapers and the part that hangs it on here. I would love to just slide the holder out of here and live my life, you know? But I bet you it's not gonna let me do that. It's even in such a way where you can't get a box end on it. They were thinking, how could we make this the worst possible for anybody to service? Because one wrong move and I slice my hand open. That's the fun part of this. There's no way. That ain't coming loose. We can see if we can take that off of there. That's not gonna go though. Okay, I'm about over it. I've really hurt my hand. Burn it pretty bad. And I'm over it, you know? I had to disassemble most of this tool just to get this apart. So, it is what it is. It's like whack-a-mole, but for dummies. All right. Sure, you know. What are the chances that this is a lot like the disc? Well, it's close, but no cigar, because what we've got here is the hole size in the shaft, and it's round. It's a round bore. Luckily, it's not seized, but I'm gonna have to clean that up. Don't touch that. That's how I burnt myself a while ago. All right, so this might be the same. It might be as what's on the disc, and I've got more of those ordered, but I probably have some around here to get going again. I just don't know their stupid design of I just can't believe that they would go with round axle and that tight of tolerances. I just hate it. I mean, it makes life miserable is all it does. So I need to get something and clean that shaft up so I can get the bearing off, and then run to town and see if I can't find it. I might try tonight and go to the old supply tractor store and see if they would happen to have one. Sometimes they do, because if I go to the Deere store, it's still going to be a foreign bearing, I guarantee it, because the last one I had said made in China. But I got to clean that shaft up either way. That's got to happen. I wonder if the drill and the wire wheel would be aggressive enough. I doubt it, but worth a shot. Oh, the axle is wore. What a shocker. Sure. Sucks is what it does. Come on. Okay, burning hot axle. Let's use the hand that's already destroyed. But we got that loose. That'll take us to town, and that'll help us figure out what we gotta have. I mean, you never know. Stranger things have happened, and they've actually had what I needed, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. All right, believe it or not, the old supply store, in fact, had a bearing, and it even says Landoll on the back. However, my one I took off was a relube bearing, and this one is not, which I don't think really makes much difference at this point. I even got some bolts. I don't know if we'll need those. I don't want to lose everything I got. I got some cotter pins for the axle end. I got a little bit of everything. Got some more chain links for the planter. Sure. So I decided that since I was going anyway and I didn't even know if they had what I needed, I was going to go ahead and eat in town to make it worthwhile. So I went up to the old honky bucket up there, and I thought I'd have a lovely dinner. And immediately at the table next to me were these two ladies, and the one of them was just going a mile in a minute, complaining about her husband and going on and on and on and on. And from what I gather from the situation, the old character's decided after 13 years he's had enough and he's leaving. And she can't understand why, because she's a great person and she does all this stuff for him, and just he does all these things wrong, and she listed about everything I think he's ever done that she didn't like, and complaining. And you know, she tells him every single day that she doesn't need him, she wants him here, that's why he's here, but it's not because she needs him, and she can't understand why he's wanting to go. And the biggest thing that's really bothers her and really is just pushing her over the edge is he's drinking all this whiskey and he leaves the empty bottles by the bed, and she just can't understand why. Well, I haven't known her but for 30 seconds, and I've got an idea of why he probably drinks so much whiskey. And, you know, she should be a little more thankful, because I think that that whiskey is what kept him from arriving at this decision about 12 years and 360 days ago. So, you know, be thankful for things, because you never know how much worse it could be. But why do people do this? Why do they go to a public place and start airing their personal problems? You know, it's just like when you go into the Walmart and in the middle aisle is somebody who's like, you know, disciplining their kid, beating their kid, complaining, screaming, whatever, making a big scene. Get that under control when you're in the car before you ever go in the store. And if the kid starts being bad, go back out to the car. Don't do it in public in front of everybody. You know, I guess that's my soapbox for today. But, you know, get your lives in order. It's not my, I don't care. I don't care about what's going on. I don't want to see it. Just do your thing and leave me be. Let's get started now that I've probably offended half of the audience, because they probably, yeah, they probably like going to the store to discipline their kids, but whatever. 1.5 inch bearing. I should probably let you watch what's happening, you know? Isn't that a beaut? Let me make sure that it goes over there. It does. Sure. And let's see here. Well, I wasn't exactly sure, because I didn't take an old one along, which length it would need to be, but I think that the 2-inch ones are plenty long. I don't think I needed the 2.5s, but that's okay. Better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, right? Or however that goes. For some strange reason, the old Shoop catalog there, when I ordered parts a while ago for the other stuff, they show this as being one of those square riveted together flange things, you know, and that's not what it is. So I don't know, maybe they're interchangeable, maybe they'll fit this whole pattern, but that's not what it's got, or at least it's not what it had on this one. Maybe I should have looked at both sides, and you know, I just followed suit of what was here, right or wrong. Don't forget, we have to totally reassemble this tool because I had to take so much stuff loose to get to this point. All right. Sure. Let's see if we can slip this back on now. I had to color outside the lines. I moved this over just so I could get that on there. So we're gonna have to, you know, put that all back later. I see it still doesn't want to play ball. Okay, well, what should I do next? I think, in the order of operations, I need to put this back. Yes, donkeys, I know. Not quite. Somewhere in that neighborhood. Like right there. Now, who remembers what was through there? I sure don't. I have some flat washers laying here. I don't remember what they were off of. Because when I took it apart, I was kind of in pain. You know, some of that could have been from the scraper. Which I don't even know where that is. There it is. Yeah, that would have been that bolt there. So that means these here were the ones for there, but I need to get some better lock washers, I think. 'Cause I don't think I got an adequate amount. Let me go grab some. Sure. Well, what I'm doing is scientifically dropping everything. Because if you do that, then, you know. Like if I were to do that, I even brought some new nuts along. Which I'm sure won't work, you know. See if I do that. Okay, well, dealer's choice, friends. Dealer's choice. Let's do short socket and let's do the far away one first. That straightened right up, didn't it? right. Where are we at in this process? I think that what we want to do next, do we want to put the scraper on, the scrapers on again? Mount it back in this. I mean, I kind of like what they did here, but it's also kind of a tricky situation here, where stuff don't want to go nicely. Alright. Are you still recording? That's amazing. Usually, it shuts off because it's too hot. Come on now. Alright. It's in there. Next we need a blade. I'm going to quickly dig through my pile of stuff and destroy my torch. I'm gonna try to find a blade that's not that way. I don't know if I can do it, but it's worth a try. Well, it's coming along. Through the magic of that tool right there, you can make any disc blade fit. I had to torch the center hole just a little bit, the little ears off, because it was a square disc blade, square hole. But it matches up, it's about the right amount of worn, so it fits in. And a while ago, when I was complaining about this, I can tell you why they did this. Put this huge cast thing on here. Because the end blade is a straight blade. And a lot of dum-dums, when they get to the end of the row with the tool, instead of lifting it up a little, they just pull it and leave it down. Well, when you turn a corner with a flat blade, it's probably going to break. So they put that on there, I guess, to help try to reinforce it and stop that problem from happening. But I always lift it a little bit when I make my turns. If you watch on the thing, I lift it just enough that the harrow on the back is the lowest point, and it'll still cover my tracks, but everything else is up out of the ground enough that it doesn't break stuff. So sure. Now I got her tightened down. However, I'm not in the same hole that I was, which everything though seems to be tight. I think that there's probably a little bit of difference in the thickness of my bearing, and then also this different blade slightly maybe, but I think it'll be fine. I just need to get my pin put in. Oh, that ain't really very good, is it? It will hold it, but is that what we want to do? Or do we want to try to find a bigger one? I don't think I have one, but I'll go look in the truck just in case. But I'd say this is going to be what we got. I think we got her, friends. That's what we want. Sure. What I was getting at is I don't know what I did with my bolt. There should be one more bolt laying here somewhere. Oh, I see it. Let's go here. One. I'm gonna have to go upside down. Okay, I think we got her back together. Everything rolls. The occasional scraper scraping, but I think we're good. Good enough to get her to go. We could change those tires, but I think we're gonna roll the dice. And we'll let them destroy themselves out in the field somewhere, because that'll be a lot more fun to mess with them out there, right? Ideally, I'd love to get through this season so I could take those rims and clean them and paint them and all that. But we're gonna roll the dice. We got the stuff. If we need it, we can always do it. So yeah, I guess we'll leave this one here while we're ahead. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.